What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? It's Big Game James, man. I'm back in the building, and you know what we're doing is every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to about 9 p.m., maybe a little longer. What's up with my dog T Smooth? Make sure you can hear me. Let me know you can hear me right now. I don't want to do all this talking. You can't hear me. I want to make sure my audio is good. Just give me a thumbs up, fire signal, something, whatever. It don't matter. I don't care. But what's good, everybody? It's Big Game James, man. I'm back in the building. What's up, Jacob? How you doing? And we're talking Cowboys football. Every Wednesday, we're going to be doing this every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. And we're going to be talking all kind of stuff, Cowboys football, a lot of stuff in Cowboys news in this short period of time. But this show is powered by JJAANN. Two J's, two A's, two N's, all caps. If you want to come in the show, jump in there, talk live, however you want to do it. Just download that app, two J's, two A's, two N's. Download the app, smartphone, tablet, TV. I said TV, computer, all that good stuff. Just download that app. Once you download the app, you'll see Big Game James in there. You'll hit the enter, have a drink, come right in, talk. See, Brotherson was good with you, Doug Brandon. Was good, everybody jumping in the building. How's everybody doing? But we're going to talk a little bit about Cowboys football. Why we have this little bit of time. Might have a few people come in as a surprise. I talked to my dog DMV. David Jenkins was good with you. Talked to my dog DMV. He may jump in. Might have the usual. We'll see what happens today. But we're going to basically talking. And they come in. You come in. As I said before, let's jump in here. It says Jacob Lever says, we got to talk about if you slipping on the Kool-Aid yet. Ha ha ha. What's up, LaDonna? How you doing? I'm gonna just throw that up there right now for you, Jacob. Says we got to talk about if you sipping on the Kool-Aid yet, or if you wait and see. I'm still wait and see. I haven't changed that. Boss probably tried to get me on the Kool-Aid. Said I was drinking the Kool-Aid yesterday, but I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. What I am excited about this defense. I won't lie about that. I'm not going to hide my excitement for this defense. I think this defense is going to be really good. I mean, we've seen it the last few years with the turnovers. The first year, I think Dan Quinn came over and was leading the league. You saw what Trevin Diggs did with the 11 interceptions. We were tops in the league and taking away the ball. And then I think we had one of the best turnover rates in it was like a 20-year period as far as the way they flipped the turnover and the positive ratio. So that in itself, I think we have somebody coming up in here. But that in itself, what's going on? Anyway, sorry. Yeah, but we're here. We're live. My bad. I was just checking out something. But as I was saying before, I think I lost my train of thought going back and forth on this. Forgive me. What's good, Regina? How you doing today? I'm gonna get you on that wrench too. Sorry, my people told you on that, so I'm gonna get you on that wrench. So and you, I don't know if you already looked down, but you are too. Said Jacob says, I feel you. I'm right there with you and all that. I mean, as I said before, I'm really excited about this defense. As I was just talking about, they had their best turnover rate in 20 years. The first year with Quinn, and then the next year, you saw the way the sack production was. I love sacks. I'm excited. I love pressures. I love defense. Defense is my thing. Hey, I'm cool with offense. I love how they added Brandon Cooks. We're going to talk a little bit about what Michael Gallup had to say about Brandon Cooks, but I'm excited about you adding a Brandon Cooks. You're trying to stress the field. You're trying to get speed out there. I like that. You're trying to make those additions to the offense to make it more lethal. What's up with you, Jay Lombardi? You know what I mean? So I'm all the way down with all those things. But my thing is defense. If you don't have a defense, it's not really going to work. You know what I mean? You can have all the offense all you want. You can score all the points all you want. We've seen it time and time again. Teams just throwing up 30, 40 points. Eventually, that's going to stop. Eventually, you're going to come across a defense that's really going to come out there and challenge you. And when that happens, you got to be ready for it. And that's what the kind of defense I want the Cowboys to have, and they've been having. That's what's kept us in games the last couple of years, big games, where you've seen, Dallas against the ropes, but that defense comes through. And it started when they drafted Micah Parsons. They got really serious, and then you've seen the pieces kind of just coming together. South Tex, how you doing today? You saw the pieces just kind of falling into place as far as what they're trying to do with the team. And like I said, that defense is what really excites me. But a few things that I wanted to talk about. Okay, I hear you, David. A few things I want to talk about first. We talked a little bit about this on the final word yesterday about how, Michael Parsons was, um, hey, I'm playing defensive end full time. I'm not gonna be training with the team. I'm gonna go get in the lab bigger, stronger, add some little bit of maybe a tiny bit of weight, but more muscle and get ready for this grind at this defensive end. Then you hear Dan Quinn come back and say, "Hey, not so much. Easy. He's a pass rushing linebacker. You know what I mean? He's gonna be working on those pass rushing moves. I think that's what he meant to say. You know what I mean? What's good with you, Lamont? What's so good with you, Chris Jenner?" So when that happened, we addressed that on the final word. So then they talked to Stephen Jones, I believe today or yesterday. I believe it was today, and he had a lot of things to say. And one of the things he had to talk about was this very subject. I found it kind of funny that we had just talked about, what does Micah Parsons want to do? Does he want to play defensive end, get paid? If he's playing linebacker, he's not going to get paid as much. Is that why he's trying to go to this defensive end thing, trying to go crazy so he can really get this check? Is that his mindset? Because he ain't gonna play around. He's trying to get paid. You know what I mean? And Dallas, it's all gonna kind of fall hand in hand. But it's funny how we just talked about that last night, and then Stephen Jones doesn't see Micah Parsons' position, defensive end, linebacker, impacting his next contract. It's funny how we were just talking about the day before, and then it's up on here now. Impacting his next contract. No, Micah is a great player. He's a great defensive football player. Whether he gets 10 plus sacks a year at linebacker or defensive end, I don't think it's a big difference. Micah is kind of a hybrid player. That what makes him great. He's versatile. Hmm. Yeah. So that's that's uh that's funny to me. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay. I after we hear that come up and then we see that go down, now I'm in there like, hmm. Did you notice Stephen Jones said 10 sack seasons? The bar has been set. Did you know that's the thing I noticed? He said 10 sack seasons. Like, let me go back to what he said. He said, no, Mike is a great player. He's a great defensive football player. Whether he gets 10 sacks, 10 plus sacks a year, whether he gets 10 plus sacks a year at linebacker or defensive end, I don't think that's oh, hold on. I think I got my guy DMV. I think that's DMV coming. I'll let to have him on here. He just hit me up, so we get DMV on here, we'd be cooking. And then, like I said, if you want to jump in while DMV, I think he's going to come in through the app. If you want to jump in as well, don't hesitate. I tried to drop the link; it's not coming up, so I definitely apologize about that. But if you do want to get in on the show and have your voice, like we've been doing every Wednesday, just download the app, JJAANN. This is powered by JJAANN. Two J's, two A's, two N, all caps. Download the app from your smartphone, your tablet, or your computer. And once you do that, you'll see Big Game James on there live. You'll go in there, you'll have a drink, and you can come right in. I'll bring you right in, and hey, you can jump right on. So I just found that, like I said, if DMV comes in here, that'll be cool. Um, I just find that kind of funny how we just talked about that, and the bar to me has been set. I heard Stephen Jones talk like that with other people when he said whether he's getting 10 plus sacks a year. So that's what they already got the bar as. They already got the bar as it's 10 plus sacks for you, Michael Parsons. That's what you get anything lower, then and that's what we talked about. I think the OC brought that up where he was talking about if you get under 8 sacks, that's when they start. Now we don't know if you that, now we don't know if we can pay you. You know what I'm saying? So it's that's why my man's went in the lab. He's like, you're not gonna get me for my bread. You're not gonna do that to me. I'm gonna get on and get my money, and that's what I'm gonna go in the lab and do. And I said, you know what? DeMarcus Ware, his first year, I think he got 8 sacks his rookie year, 11 sacks his second year, 14 his third, and 20 in his fourth. And I said, hey, go ahead and get that a year early because you got 13 plus sack seasons your first 2 years. Might as well go ahead and get that 20 in that this year and go crazy and let them really know, yeah, you about to get that money. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm feeling, Jay Lombardi. I'm feeling 20. I'm feeling a 20 sack season. I mean, he said himself already that his third year was going to be crazy. He said his third year was going to be the year where he really turns up and go crazy. So, and you see him in the lab. Obviously, it's videos. Every video you want to look good. We see all that. But I really believe he's really going in there in the lab. You already see him working with Andrew Whitworth. And that was, I saw him firsthand out here in Ohio. That's an all pro. And he said, man, this dude's amazing. Even, just working out with him. And if he's, like you said, really understanding and learning what that offensive lineman is really doing and understanding if you're going against one of the greats and he's really training with them and you're really training with them, like you're intensely training with them. Like I think the OC was saying it best when he was talking about know what my mind is thinking, because that's how you get above everybody in the game. Everybody talks about how physical the game is. The game is physical, but it's also hella mental. And the thing is, if you're getting in the head of your opponent or you're understanding what he's doing or in his brain and kind of understanding where he's trying to do and where he's trying to go, you're going to win those type of battles. So that's what you see the excitement to me when you hear about a Micah Parsons going against Andrew Wadsworth, and then you see the training that he's doing. You're saying, I want to commit and get on this defensive end even more and get my pass rushing even better because I want to be super elite. It's going to be a crazy kind of season. And definitely, and I think that's one of the reasons why you saw the Mozzie pick. And I even made a post from I can't believe it was from John Machado. I think he came in and said, oh, there he is. This is my guy. What's going on, big dog? I can't hear you. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Go out and come back in, DMV. Go out and come back in. Hello. What's going on, Mr. Claybo? How you doing?
What's good, big gang? How you doing, bro?
What's going on? How you doing, man? You know what I'm saying? We're just talking this quick Cowboys football, trying to get my dog DMV up on here. Talking about little things. I just got off the subject of Micah Parsons. And I was just talking how it was funny how, we were this, the switch over to, I'm going to defensive end. That's what the talk was about. And then Dan Quinn came back in there and said, "Nah, not so fast. Don't say all that. You're a pass rushing linebacker." And then now Stephen Jones comes out of nowhere with, "Okay, whether he getting 10 sacks as linebacker, defensive end, great player, but I'm hearing 10 sacks." It's just kind of funny how they said it.
right? Whether he get it as a linebacker or a DN. What you had to say, T? You should have just left it at, is he playing, whether if he's playing linebacker or DN, he shouldn't have threw a number out there, man, because it's like, is that like the standard now? Is that like, if you don't get 10 sacks, then, oh, now you're on a decline now, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, but I think I kind of like when I heard Quinn say, he's more like a Russian linebacker, and I'm looking how they've been drafting a lot of their drafts. I won't be surprised if they play a whole lot. I mean, they already do variations of it. I think they might play a whole lot more 3-4. Especially when he said, man, he's a Russian linebacker. And when he said that, man, I thought of Lawrence Taylor, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Parsons is anyway. But, I just look at it like that, like Fihoko and plus with Mozzie, with him, he could be an end. Also could play an end on the, you know what I mean, in the 3-4. So, I don't know. I think they might be converting to playing that a little bit more this year.
Well,
What's up, DV?
We're gonna see. Yeah, I can hear you. Turn it up just a little. Turn your volume up just a little bit more.
Oh, we go too.
Yeah, because I don't even have
there
my
you go.
mic
There you go.
Computer. All right, we good
yeah,
now?
you perfect now.
Right.
Are you in there, Rico?
Yeah, I think so.
Yo,
what up,
what's
y'all?
going on? How's everybody doing?
What's up?
Got everybody jumping in here.
Cool.
So I just was talking with Clevo. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get y'all's quick opinion on it. I was just talking about, we did the final word yesterday, and we were talking about how Micah Parsons was talking about defensive end, and now Dan Quinn's like, easy pass rushing linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Don't come to me if you're trying to do this. And now Stephen Jones, when they talked to him today, he says, he's a great defensive football player. And this is talking about his contract, whether it's defensive end or linebacker. And he said, whether he gets 10 plus sacks a year at linebacker, defensive end, I don't think it's a big difference. Micah is a kind of hybrid player. That's what makes him great. He's versatile. So I'm asking you now, DMV, right quick. It's funny how we just talked about that, and now he comes out of like nowhere, like talking about this contract, like defensive end linebacker. But he set the bar when he said, whether it's 10 sacks at D-end or linebacker, it don't matter. What you think?
Well, first and foremost, 'cause I watched the show last night, so I'm gonna say you read him like a book because you called it to a T, and then he said it today, and I'm just like, ain't this a... Because you talked about the sacks last night, so I'm just like, well, dang. That's why Micah pretty much trying to say, hey, I know I got to play this to get my bread.
Yep, and I gotta get a lot of sacks.
Yep. That he pretty much telling you that, and Dan thinking for the betterment of the defense. Right. Micah I'm trying to get this money, dog. What you talking about? Trying to get this money. I need these sacks. I need a defensive player of the year. I need an MVP. Like Micah training for the things that he knows is gonna get him money.
Yeah. For real.
Point blank period.
I mean, because I want to ask you on this, what's your thoughts on it, Rico, right quick. But what I wanted to say was I made a post on Twitter about DeMarcus Ware got his 20 sack season in his fourth year. Micah's already got 2 13+ sack seasons already. So I'm like, he trying to get that 20 sack season now. Like he's trying to get them D Ware numbers, them 69 tackle, 27 tackle for loss, 20. He's trying to get them. If you're training with Andrew Whitworth, and you really trying to take your game to the next level, that's what it's kind of telling me. What's your kind of thoughts on, Rico, about what Micah Parsons is kind of angling at right now?
He a smart young man. He a smart. I ain't gonna say young man. I'm gonna say he a smart man. He better go for that money because he know how the Joneses play. They play dirty ball, man. Especially that Stephen Jones. That dude off the chain with the bullshit with the contracts, man. Because it's like you can't even talk. That's why I think that Dan Quinn said something fast and Stephen followed up. Because they be having stuff in their contracts saying they can't speak against the team certain ways, and they gotta hurry to come behind these dudes and say certain things when they speak in the media. And they know Micah Parsons is young, and he got them Twitter fingers. You know what I mean? He gonna speak his mind. And
Definitely
it's a
do.
good thing. It's a good thing in a sense, but it's a bad thing for them because they looking at the contracts and they know these contracts is coming up. And every year that go past, these dudes getting better and better. That's why I kind of feel like Micah got to go for what he know. He one of the best in the league, so he got to play. He backs up what he's saying. And the Jones is like, yeah, we rooting for you, but shit, when it comes to these contracts, man, I don't know, dog. Because Steven, boy, that boy shady when it comes to that paper,
Well,
because you could tell that DeMarcus Lawrence already don't talk to him about how Stephen Jones play games because he had to say, yo, call your daddy, man. Talk to your dad, man. Yeah, because I'm done talking to you. You know what I mean? And that's real when it comes to this paper, man. So it's like, Steven ain't gonna play fair. He don't care if you're a superstar or not. He ain't gonna play fair.
Well, I think what Micah is trying to do is he's making it to where you don't have no choice. It don't matter what you don't like or not. He's gonna make it to where you don't have no choice. You're gonna have to pay me. It's not gonna matter what you say. You're gonna have to give me this bread because the numbers are gonna just speak for it so muchly. It's no nothing you can say. It's just what the numbers is really gonna be. You feel me? But there's some other things.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But can we say this one thing? And I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna let y'all speak. Can we please, as Cowboy Nation, pray for Micah Parsons on his journey? Because it would make Stephen Jones more than happy for this dude to get hurt. Then give him one of them hurt dude
Nah,
contracts.
don't even speak.
It will make his day.
No, don't even say that.
That's what I'm saying. Let's pray for him, man. Because you know how Stephen is, man. Oh, he quick to throw that money once you get injured. He quick to throw you that money then.
Yeah, he do that.
It's a pattern, man.
Yeah, he definitely like give money to injured players, and we saw when Michael Gallup got hurt. As soon as Michael hurt his knee, and they said it was an ACL, I said, "Damn, that's messed up." Because now they really they going after Michael Gallup to sign him now. But speaking about Michael Gallup, and I'm gonna talk to y'all about it. I'm excited because Michael Gallup has come out. What a lot of us were already thinking, let's keep it real, that the Cowboys rushed him back just to kind of prove the point, like, oh, he's ready, he's good. And we know damn well you playing on an ACL in a knee, and you playing against high-level defensive backs and safeties and corners and defenses, dog, you're not going to play the same. You're going to favor it. I watched Jabril Cox even last year, and he had a longer period of time, and he was still a favoring that knee. So, and you're running routes, got a cut on a dime, you're not going to be the same. So now you hear Michael Gallup saying, hey, it's a different year. I'm walking in the building feeling good with a big smile on my face. And he was saying last year, and I want to get you first on this DMV, and then we go around the room. He came in there and said, hey, when I was playing last year, I was thinking, and my knee was sore. It was sore. So I want to get your thoughts on when he said it was sore. Like, what was really going on? How bad was that knee?
Man, look, they rushed him back, bro. They rushed him back. We paid that money. You got to go out there. And that's pretty much what it was. We already knew that. He looked like it too. And I don't. I mean, me personally, I would have liked them to slow roll it and allow him to you know what I'm saying, fully heal and get back to when he needed or get back to that. The problem is, you want to know what the real problem is with them rushing them back? They knew they messed up on that Amari thing. They knew in camp. They knew in camp they messed up. They knew they messed it up, and that's really what the rush was. And you didn't have to do that to Amari. They're still trying to make up for it. That's why they went and gave up a 5th rounder and got Cooks. Now that kind of helps a little bit. And I mean, Cooks offers a different dimension, but they had to make up for what Amari missed. Now, I saw you guys last night on the Final Word, and you guys showed the big three. You guys showed Cooks. You guys showed Gallup, and you showed CD. And I was just thinking, well, damn, we had a big three. All we just doing is replenishing the big three that we had. But I'm glad to have Cooks, and I do think Gallup is going to be much better than he was in a simpler system.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, Clebo?
Yeah, I feel the same. Just to echo him, man. It was. I hated that they rushed him. I remember that. I know y'all seen it. That first video they showed when he ran, he looked terrible on that knee, man. I'm like, why is he even running right there? Like I mean, it was definitely all about Amari. You know what I'm saying? They realized they can't. You know what they did? They got rid of Amari over some BS. You know what I'm saying? And they paid Gallup, so I feel like they kind of put the pressure on him, man. Like, look, we paid you, man. You gotta get back here. CD ain't got no help, man. You gotta come out, man. And he said himself in that interview, he's playing with no confidence on that knee, man. You know, so I mean, I don't like saying stuff like that. Forget football, man. Just as a man, you know, you just dog that man. You know, that's a knee injury. You see how some of these ex-football players are walking right now, years later, man. That could have did some real damage to that man. And y'all did that over, you know, because y'all got rid of Amari. So, you know, I think that was just a whole messed up situation, man.
Yeah, I mean, just to back on that before I throw you in on there, Rico. You could see it when he was playing instantly. I mean, you could see it. And my thing is, I'm just glad I've seen it to where you get rushed back too fast, especially on a knee, you get injured again, and then it's even a longer injury. And then it's one of those things where you kind of just don't come back from it, because I've seen that happen. So that's what I'm glad that it didn't happen, that even though that knee was sore, it didn't go all the way out again the second time. And then something been worse, because Gallup is already kind of an injury-prone player. So I'm glad that, you know, he's already had nicks and bruises his whole kind of career already, especially with knee and ankle injuries. So that's not something new with Michael Gallup. So in my opinion,
that's Gilbert Arenas. Yeah. Gilbert Arenas, what you just spoke on. That's what happened to Gilbert Arenas. I mean, that's a different sport, but that's exactly what happened to Gilbert Arenas. Came back too soon from that knee injury, came back too soon, and that was the end of his career.
That's what happened.
Heard it again.
And that's what happens. And my thing was, if y'all already know Gallup was kind of injury prone, that's why I was like, don't rush him back, because he's already had those type of injuries. He should take a little bit longer. But like you said, CeeDee Lamb, who else is we need a number two? We need to justify and say, well, we don't got Gallup, but I mean, we don't got Amari Cooper, but Gallup is ready. Gallup will be coming back. Gallup will be in, and we drafted Jalen Tolbert in the 3rd round, and Jalen's gonna come in and do. That's what they were banking on.
Exactly what they did.
They were banking. Exactly. They were banking on Jalen Tolbert coming in and setting the world on fire with a Michael Gallup, and he will kind of be that buffer guy. You know what I'm saying? And when them plans fell apart, then they're like, we can't let this happen again.
Yo, they actually really thought a contingency plan was James Washington, bro. I was sitting here the whole time, and I tried not to be negative about it, but I was just like, bro, what are we doing here? What are we doing? James Washington wasn't that good at Pittsburgh, but everybody kept saying, oh, well, Big Ben was old. He was done. I'm like, bro, the dude can't play like that, but it is what it is, man. I digress.
Right, I digress. What's up, Rico? What's your thoughts?
My thing is, we rushed him back too soon. It was too damn soon. The dude was making like spotty plays. The offensive coordinator we had last year, he wasn't putting him in the best positions to win. You know what I mean? He should have been playing more of a decoy role more than anything into the playoffs, so he can heal up a little bit better. You know what I mean? And the Joneses, they know they dropped the ball, man. You know, they dropped the ball. What happened? You know, bad things happen when you do dumb shit. Excuse my French. It was dumb to give up Amari Cooper because he balled out for Cleveland, and they barely had a quarterback when he first went over there to ball out like that. So my thing is, the Joneses, hopefully they learn their lesson a little bit when it comes to doing dumb shit, because they think they could and get away with it. But my thing is like this now, I got faith in Tolbert. I got faith in him because Mike McCarthy was talking about Tolbert last year when he drafted this dude. And I really believe Mike has a plan for this cat. I think he's going to come out of nowhere and play good this year because they're not going to complicate it to where this dude, he can't play. He could play without thinking, as he had to think in those option routes that Kellen Moore is throwing at. He was confused. You could tell he was confused. He lined up both sides of the Green Bay game. He looked confused then. I said, what the hell? I said, what's going on? That's got something to do with coaching, if you ask me. I think the dude is a talent. We got Mike McCarthy now. I think Mike McCarthy is in the lab and coming up with stuff to use this dude, because can't nobody sit here and tell me when Mike McCarthy was in Green Bay and he had those 4 wide receivers, they was working out on people. It didn't matter who got hurt, who was in the game, who wasn't in the game. All 4 of those dudes worked out on us, and they was killing people. So that's what I want to see in Dallas.
Well,
Can I
That's
say
all I
something
got to
after
say.
that, James? Can I say something after that right
go
there?
ahead.
Just to touch on that. If you really think about since Kellen Moore been OC, I mean, I'm off the top of my head, outside of CeeDee Lamb, we haven't had no young receivers come in here and play. I think that offense was like really confused to all the young receivers, not just Jalen Turpin.
Yeah,
Because there's no way you can tell me Turpin cannot get on the football field, man. Like, he played receiver at TCU and in the USFL. You mean you cannot scheme up no plays for Turpin, man? Like, I just felt like that whole option route for all the receivers, it was just way too much. Not just for Toe, but for all the young receivers.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, and I agree. I feel like Tober is going to be a better player. I just feel like they put a lot of pressure on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when you got
yeah,
a lot of pressure, not just pressure, and it might be a complicated terminology. I mean, and when you get behind the 8 ball, because we went to this practice and he was killing everybody in practice, and we was excited. It was like the last practice, we was like, okay, yeah, Tober about to turn up, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, he ain't even playing. So it's like, what kind of really happened? Was it terminology? Did you fall out of favor? I don't know. It could have been all those things. But the thing that I like about the
hmm
situation is it's year 2, and you brought in Brandon Cooks. So that don't put the pressure on Tolbert coming in saying, okay, I got to be the number 3 because we don't got a Brandon Cooks. Now you got a Brandon Cooks, a healthy Michael Gallup. Now I feel like you can slide Tolbert in, and he can be comfortable playing a 4th role, and then, getting better that way, instead of you saying the
yeah,
next year when you don't got a Brandon Cooks, you're relying on Gallup, and you're saying, okay, Tolbert, you got to be next year, this year, you got to be the guy. You can slow kind of cook him in, and I think he's going to be better because of that. And you got a different system where I think he can turn up as well and be a better player, at that. But one of the few things I want to talk about right quick is DMV, man. You've been going kind of crazy with these breakdowns. If y'all haven't checked him out, please go to his page, DMV Fanatics. Go check out his breakdowns. They've been going like fire cakes, dog. And you just dropped recently a Kelvin Joseph. You've been having Sam Williams. You've been going
I
through it.
saw
You've been
that.
going through a bunch of guys. Kind of talk about the videos. You said you kind of, Jay Tuck kind of set the bar, which he Jay Tuck been going crazy. Shout out to Tuck. He been going crazy with them undrafted people. But kind of, what's the thought pattern? You kind of just coming with it, and just what's the thing behind it? I kind of want to hear your angle.
Man, look, so for me, I knew that the off season, like always, the talking heads, it always reverts back to Dak Prescott. And is Dak
hmm
Prescott better than this person, or is this person better than Dak Prescott? And it's just always a whole bunch of fluff, made up stories. So what I did know is that we got a new offense coming in, and Steven pretty much gave you some fluff today. We got 5 of our best linemen, and that's what it is. And however it shakes out, it shakes out. So now that leaves us content creators running in circles, chasing our tails, all saying the same thing over and over, making up stuff. And I feel like the fans deserve better than that. So for me, I already know that Dan Quinn. We know how Dan Quinn thinks. We have we have an idea of what he wants to do with some of these tweeners and things like that. So we have a lot of young talent that either got snaps last year and they're going to develop in this year. And I just wanted to highlight that, man. I just wanted to touch on the defense because I think the defense obviously is the best part of our team. And so I wanted to highlight that instead of talking about is Dak better than Jalen Hurts for the 1,000th time. That's pretty much
Ain't
it.
that
Yeah,
cool?
I mean, I feel you on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I'm tired of talking about Dak. Period. You know what I mean? I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's to the point where I don't even want to talk about no Dak Prescott no more. That's why I focus. I love defense. That's why I focus on it. Because, like you said, I feel like it's the best part of our team,
Me too.
and that's what I'm excited about. I don't know if Mozzie's the missing piece, but in my heart, it feels like it. Like, I know I might be reaching, but in my heart, it just feels like when we got the pick, I wasn't mad, but the more I just keep looking at it and looking at the combinations that you can do with it, and I
Yeah.
watched Bohanna last year, and he wasn't bad. Like, he wasn't a bad player last year, especially when they added Hankins in the fold. And if you can get those guys all on the field at once, and you still got a Osa Ogadazua who's, man, he's a lot bigger, and he's still growing into his role as well. man, I'm just excited about this defense. And now you got an opposite corner in Gilmore. You feel good about that. You just been talking about the safeties. You did a Mukamu video. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you feeling? I want to ask y'all. I ain't gonna lie, dog. I don't know if I'm drinking Kool-Aid. I ain't drinking Kool-Aid, but daggone it, the cup is sitting right there. I'm looking at it every day, y'all. Y'all feel me? I ain't drinking it yet. I don't want to drink. I keep staring at that cup of Kool-Aid for this defense because I've already seen it the first couple of years under Dan Quinn. And I just feel like this year 3, the way the team is together, the way he has them mentally, the way they're together with the coaching with McCarthy and Quinn, I just feel like this defense it's been good and it's been elite, but I feel like it might be consistently elite, like off the rip, like week 1, we just coming in like, ooh, this Cowboys defense is crazy. What do y'all your thoughts on that? And let me get you first on that, Klebo.
Man, not only am I drinking the Kool-Aid, I'm helping serve that joint, man. And that's coming from somebody, man. I've been around with the Cowboys since Tony Dorsett, Danny White days. You know what I'm saying? And outside of the '90s years when we was winning, I'm not one of them like we gonna win it every year. We gonna win it every year. We gonna win it every year. I'm realistic with it. You know what I'm saying? And when we picked, to touch what you said, when we picked Mozzie, I know I've been watching y'all, man, and quick shout out to all of y'all, man, DMV. I know you looked at me kind of like, who is this dude saying what's up, man? But I feel like I know y'all, man. I watch y'all all the time, man. I don't even watch regular TV, ESPN. I don't listen to them when it comes to Cowboy content, so I appreciate y'all. But when I look at when we picked up Mozzie, man, I'm like, that was a perfect pick. I'm tired. Because I'm tired of we always focusing on offense. We had the best, like, even with y'all, a lot of y'all content for the past month, 2 months has been about left guard. Me personally, I'm not really tripping too much off of left guard because to me, Connor McGovern was an average left guard. It's not going to be hard, in my opinion, to replace a Connor McGovern. If we would have lost Zach Martin and we would have been treating it the way we was, then I would feel like really big about the left guard. But to me, let's solidify this defense, man. Let's solidify this defense. Because what people really failed to understand in them 90s, even though Aikman, Irvin, and Inman and the offensive line and all of them, man, we had a top defense. And I believe in 93, we had the #1 overall defense. So to me, our biggest issue last year was stopping the run. Our second cornerback, we solidified both of those. Our second receiver, we solidified that. Kellen Moore's offensive things, got rid of him. And my main thing now is forget left guard, man. We better get a kicker in here and stop playing, bro. Like, for real, man. But defense, man, I'm so happy about this defense. And I think this defense is going to take us a long way. And Mike McCarthy, about what he been saying.
He mad to come back.
We'll take it to higher grounds, man. But I'm sipping that Kool-Aid. Oh, you can't hear me?
I hear you now.
My bad. I got a phone
No,
call.
you good. What's up, Smoke 140? What's up with your Smoke?
Man, I'm sorry I'm late.
No,
brother.
you good. But Klebo said he drinking the Kool-Aid. He's the waiter. He's the person in the back. He's grandpa, grandma, making up all
I got my
There you
towel
got all the batches. You already been talking about this defense, DMV, and I'm gonna hit you guys, Rico and Smoke, here in a second. But I already told you, I'm close to it. I'm right there. I'm a defensive guy. I've always done it. When I played, that's what my specialty was. When I coached, that's what I coached. I mean, that's what I'm all about. I don't care about offense. It's cool, but I want to stop you every single time. That's what matters to me. So, DMV, I don't know if I'm saying, are you drinking the Kool-Aid, but how do you feel? What do you think this defense, do you think this is going to be an elite defense from game one?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, absolutely. I drank the Kool-Aid yesterday.
Was it sweet? Hey, it gotta be sweet, bro.
Hey, look, hey, I had the Kool-Aid like my boy did in Baby Boy, Ving Rhames, like naked in the kitchen like that. Yeah, I drank the Kool-Aid, bro. This defense is gonna be like that. It's gonna be it. Man, the camp battles are gonna be crazy. At first, the Mozzie pick, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like we could have maximized it more, but the more it looks, and the more that I really looked into it, and if we play him some 3 tech and play him with Hankins in the early downs, we really could be stout. Not to mention adding Gilmore, which I got to break down the Gilmore coming on Friday, so you guys tune in for that. But Gilmore is gonna make it much easier for the pass rush. Oh man, yeah, I definitely drank the Kool-Aid yesterday, bro. This defense might be great, man. It might be great. I'm gonna say it now. It might take week 1. I think it'll be good. I think it'll become great throughout the year. So that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
feel you on that. What about you, Rico? Drinking that Kool-Aid?
Um,
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
gonna say
Yeah,
it like
you
this.
are. Just say yes.
Defensively, defensively,
Defensively.
yeah. Defensively, yeah. Offensively, I got to see what's
I
going
feel
on. I
you
got
with
to
the
see how to put
offense.
this. I want to see. I want to see where they put this thing together, man. Because if everything running even is even, yeah, we're gonna be hard to stop, man. Because we got a team that's been together for a little while. Uh, we got 2 head coaches on this staff. And shit, we got one of the better special team coaches too. So yeah, I'm kind of drinking it. Long as the Joneses don't meddle, I'm down with drinking the Kool-Aid because that Trayvon, that Diggs situation, I still got my eye on that shit in his contract.
Yeah.
I'm kind of peeping over there because I don't want that man to hold out. I don't want him to hold out. I think they need to go ahead and get him out the way, man. That's all.
Agreed.
That's one of my biggest things for this season, man. Get him out of the way. Pay that man his money. Get him out the way. That's
This
all I
would
gotta
be,
say. But other than that,
in my opinion,
yeah, we got a good
this would
team.
be the best time to get him at it because it's like he's not got the 11 interceptions now, so I think you could get him in a really smooth deal. If you want to sign Trevin Diggs, you could get him in a smooth deal where it will be good for everybody. But I feel like the longer they wait, and if he turns up again, it'll be hard. I always said that he might be a
Hmm.
guy left out, but I hope it don't be no holdout. But I don't want to say none of that good side. I just want to. I think
Yeah,
about
I
that.
don't want
I
it
want
to
to think
happen,
about that
man.
right now. But what about you, Smoke? You drinking that Kool-Aid on this defense?
We talk about this all the time, man. Y'all know what the deal is. We're gonna have the #1 defense in the NFL, baby. Come on now. What we talking about, bruh? We're too deep, man. You can't not tell me we're not deeper than you know who. I'm not gonna say their name because we're tired of talking about these daggone whoop-de-whoop birds, man. We're tired of talking about these guys, bruh. You know what I'm saying? But listen, we are better all the way around. I'm not tripping about a kicker. Who cares? This takes some games, bro. They got to score against us. What ain't gonna happen? I don't even worry about it, bro. Ain't nobody gonna score against us, man. Think about it, James. I feel bad for a lot of quarterbacks this year, bro. I'm just being honest, cause like getting these cornerbacks we got, getting these defensive ends we got. I feel bad for quarterbacks, bro. I just being honest, man, cause what would happen if one of these cornerbacks turned out to be really live, bro, and Diggs can't help but decide whatever we give him because we have one of these quarterbacks back behind us that might be doing real good. Then what you gonna do then, bro? Because he's holding out for so long.
Well, like I said, I don't know. We're going to see what's going to happen with that. You know what I mean? Like I said, this will be the opportune time because you already had Stephen Jones, and I'm going to just go ahead and read this right quick, and I'm going to see how y'all feel about this. Stephen Jones already talked about this, and then in a capsule when he was talking about this group, we really feel good about. I feel as we move forward, it'll be about timing. We feel good that we can work within the parameters of the cap and make those type of things happen, and we have to continue to do well in the draft to make things happen. We have to continue to have guys step up and play because along the way, if we want to do those contracts, then we'll have to make some tough decisions in other spots. We want to work on all of the above. We'll just see how things play out. You can't dictate when things happen and the timing. It takes two sides. I wouldn't say just because we don't get it done by the start of the season, it doesn't mean we're not ultimately going to sign them.
True.
We will. I call Weevil Stephen Jones. That's that we bullshit he always do. Oh my God. Call his daddy, man. Damn. Dude always doing some bullshit.
Oh, that's funny, man. I mean, Hey, he talking real though. He talking like Stephen Jones talk. Like, if it, you know what's so funny about Stephen Jones? I feel like he got us trained. He got us trained. Like, we know how to understand the cap now. I never knew about the cap until Stephen Jones really took over. Really took over. I never even thought about the cap. Now every year I go to the cap every year and look at it. I go and see the numbers of every player, how long their contract is. Do they have an extension? What is their cutoff? Is there if they get cut before June 1st, what's gonna be the payout? That's how Stephen Jones has got me now because he don't play around with that money, dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's got me. But you know what's funny? It's got these players like we just talked about. It's got Micah Parsons saying, "All right, let me go ahead and get in the lab and get DN and really get crazy on set because we already see how this dude try to play it. So I'm trying to get this money. But my biggest thing is if we winning, we getting this money regardless. It's going to happen. So we really have to win because here's the thing. Stephen Jones, in my opinion, is going to be more stingy with that money if we go to the playoffs and flop. If we go to the playoffs, I'm saying if we go, I'm saying you're right. But if we go to the playoffs and actually get to a championship game, it's going to be better for everybody. You feel me? Because this is CeeDee Lamb is right around the corner, Trevin Diggs. So you should be getting the best of these players. You feel what I'm saying? Them contract years, you should be getting the best because they're trying to get paid. You feel me? So that's good for the Dallas Cowboys, in my opinion, as well, is that you should get their best. And if you're getting their best because they're trying to get them contracts, we should have a awesome type season. But I've been listening to some of the Cowboys kind of higher ups, on the Cowboy shows that don't have us with this great record, don't have us winning the division. You know what I'm saying? And having kind of, the other team doing this thing, what are kind of your thoughts on that? I'm going to ask you first, DMV. I never got your opinion on what record you think the Cowboys are had. You don't have to give me if you don't want to, but how do you feel like with the schedule that you've seen? How do you feel the Cowboys are kind of turn out this year?
Honestly, bro, I wasn't too excited about the schedule like everybody else because I think this is a 12-win football team. I think it's going to be a playoff football team. I think that they showed you that last year. We lost our quarterback for 5 games, and we still won 12 games. So it don't matter who the hell we play. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter how it shake out. This is going to be a competitive football team. People out here talking about 10-7, 9-8. They said the same thing last year. So I ain't worried about what they saying. This is a football team that showed that it's resilient. You have a strong defense, a strong core, a very good coaching staff. So I don't care how it shake out. It's probably going to be 12 wins, though. 12, 11 wins.
That's what I feel. I'm gonna go. I did it perfect last year. I said 12-5. I'm gonna stay with it again. I'm gonna say 3 straight seasons of 12-5, and I'm cool with that because I just feel like that's what the team is. Could be 13-4 for real. Just depends on how we kind of get on that roll and how that offense is kind of because I feel like the offense. We'll see how the offense kind of I think that's where all of us kind of looking from afar, see how the offense is. We know the players we have. But I think we're trying to see, the system, McCarthy, Schottenheimer, how they're kind of going to run it. I'm interested to look at it. You can talk about it all you want. You feel me, fellas? We can talk about the offense and what we've seen, what they did before, but it don't matter what they talk about before because we ain't seen it on the field yet with this team. So that's what I'm interested to see how it's really going to turn out. And, what the pieces are going to be, in the backfield, who's going to be our running backs. We got a lot of questions if we really look at it on that offensive side. You know what I mean? Not just left guard, but we're still in flux with the running back situation of who's really going to be where. And even in receiver, you got Brandon Cooks, but you're still wondering, you just drafted a tight end that you're saying you have high hopes for. We're trying to see how that kind of plays out. So to me, there's a lot of questions on this offense besides, the coordinator and the coach. So that's why I'm not drinking no Kool-Aid, nothing on that offense. I'm slowing the brakes. I need to see how that's going to be. But as long as you got a good defense, your offense can come along slowly, and that's what I like about the team. And as long as you got a top quarterback in Dak Prescott, I feel like you're going to be okay regardless. You know what I mean?
Can I go after that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to say,
hey, before you say anything, Klebo, DMV said it, and I just echoed it in the chat. He said, "Man, that man is concentrated. That man is hitting it on there. You know
He
what
had
I'm
both
saying?
hands.
He on it,
That
boy.
man is,
Man,
He got
that
through that
safety
one
first,
man
BGJ.
is driving. You feel me?
Smooth with
That
it,
man is
boy.
holding it down over there. You know what I'm saying?
On it down.
I love my Cowboy content, man, but safety first,
You
baby.
know what I'm saying? That
Absolutely.
man's handling it. But go ahead, Clemo.
Yes, sir.
But now I was gonna speak on that right there, man. Like I said earlier, man. I appreciate all y'all Cowboy content creators, because I listen to y'all, and then y'all give us opportunity
Yeah.
to rap to y'all like this. You know what I'm saying? So when I listen to them on them other Cowboy ex players and ex Cowboy players and speaking what they speak, that defeats the notion to me when people be like, "Oh, if you ain't played in the NFL, then you don't know, you can't speak on it. You can't speak," because I be hearing them say some dumb stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? So to me, you know what I'm saying, to quote what you just said, Big Game, we do got some question marks, but when we comparing ourselves to Philly, in my opinion, Philly got way more question marks than we have.
They do.
Yeah.
Thank
Way
you.
more
They
question
do.
marks
Thank
than
you.
we have.
They
But
do.
nobody ever speaks about that because it's Philadelphia.
Because
If it
last
was
year. Because last
Because
year,
nobody
Clemo.
really cares.
Right.
Nobody
No,
really
because
Right.
cares.
Right.
because it's not the Cowboys. They talking
Yeah.
about we lost Kellen Moore, and the Cowboy fans are happy about it. But you hear the national media, oh, they lost Kellen Moore. They had the top ranked offense, but nobody talking about Philly lost both of their coordinators. They lost their best defensive tackle. They lost their best dude in the secondary. They just gave their quarterback 50-some million. It's gonna be a time where that owner be like, hold on, he ain't gonna be running no ball 300 times, man. I don't want my quarterback getting hurt. I'm giving him 55 million.
Oh, and it's a lot
So
of pressure
Philly got
too. That's a lot of
It
pressure
does.
now.
it's a whole lot of pressure.
You know what I'm
You know what I'm
saying?
saying? But I ain't mean to go off like
No,
that.
you
But
good.
for me, man, I think it's
You
I got
good.
the same numbers. I got the same numbers you got, Big Guy. I like 12-5 with 13-4, man. That, and
Yeah.
I don't. And even when I listen to a lot of people, they automatically giving us a loss to San Francisco and lost to Philly and the loss to Jets.
Automatic.
I'm like, damn,
Automatic,
y'all got
yeah.
us losing. Y'all got us losing to all the good teams and shit. Like, what y'all saying about us?
Like we ain't
Mhm.
good on Clebo. Like we ain't
Last
good.
year we was whooping all the good
Right.
teams.
Right.
Last year we was whooping the good
Right.
teams.
Right.
We was a good team last year.
Right, right. We was beating
Yeah.
them teams, and people was like tripping on us.
Yeah.
Like we were doing what we were supposed to do. Like, and here's the thing: we were beating good teams with Cooper Rush.
Come on,
We
right.
beat
Yeah.
good teams with
Cooper
Cooper
Rush,
Rush, dog. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So people was hey,
Yeah.
they saying, I mean, didn't Cincinnati almost go to the Super Bowl again? We beat them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Didn't we beat the
Cooper
former
Rush.
Super Bowl champions the year before in the Rams at their crib with Cooper Rush?
Yeah.
At the crib.
Yeah.
And I
Yep.
don't give a hell what
Thank you.
anybody tell me. Cooper Rush ain't starting for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know
Nope.
if he'd be a
Hell
backup with
nah.
anybody besides Dallas Cowboys. So for us to
Yep.
maximize,
Yep.
and like you said, I'm gonna go back. DMV and said that was great coaching, that 5-game win streak. Because I don't care what nobody
Great
said.
coach.
That
When
was
Dak
coaching.
went down again,
Great
I was
coaching.
like, oh hell, man, we about to lose like 3-4 in a row. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hear
I
all
think
this.
we. I think
I
we all
like,
did,
here we
man.
go with all this damn noise. We're gonna hear all this noise every day. I don't want to deal with it. I was just pissed.
I ain't fight that way either, man.
Big game. Remember, I had you on my show, and I said, but what if we run off and win these
Right,
games?
right.
Remember, I said that. I was like, but what if we win these games? I mean, the defense can come together. And look, I'm not gonna say that I called it because I didn't, but I was just like, that would have ended up being true. You know what I'm saying? Like
That defense.
DMV.
Can I
That
say the one?
defense can
Can I
do.
say the one thing?
Go ahead, go
Go
ahead.
ahead, man.
Excuse me. Can I say the one thing nobody was talking about last year is that we still almost beat Philly with our backup quarterback.
After
We
after
still
after
beat the
throwing
Bulls.
3
And
interceptions,
they had that
after
whole
throwing
team.
With
We still
three
interceptions
beat
in
the
that
come
Bulls.
game.
on.
You know what I'm saying? And
Come on,
they
man.
had to have a drive. And here's my thing. You know, they can say what they want, but that last drive when they scored that touchdown on us, they didn't even throw the damn ball. And I brought that up to Joe Castro whenever he don't never want to talk about it. I'm like, if y'all had so much confidence in your quarterback throwing the ball, how come y'all was not throwing the ball in that game? Y'all kept it close to the vest. Y'all made a point to say we're going to run the ball, run. That
Mhm.
to me is saying conservative. Because when y'all played them other teams, y'all was airing the ball out. Jalen Hurts throwing deep balls against air, just going deep. Y'all doing all kind of crazy stuff. When y'all played us in that first game, y'all played it close to the vest, and our defense still kept us in the game when they jumped on us early. We came back in that second half. You feel me? They didn't have an inordinate amount of numbers. I think we still have more numbers than them in the game in total yardage. So that wasn't something that they could jump up and down about. You feel me? So my thing, it's not like the gap. They act like the gap with Philly and Dallas is like this. No, it's not. You know what I mean? No, it's not.
No.
That's why I'm excited. I want Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts both healthy in this damn game so I can see this, so I don't hear this noise.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you
yeah,
don't.
I do.
No, you
yeah,
don't.
I do.
No, you
yeah,
don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
do.
You want to know why? You want to know why, BGJ? You want to know why? I'm going to tell you why, bro. You already seen it already. You seen it already. You seen it. And what happened? What happened in that game, bro?
We put a 40 burger on their ass.
Okay, stop it right there, okay? Then we played them last year, right? They're missing one guy, the one dude, okay? They supposed to be the almighty Eagles. I don't give a damn, bro. If you missing one dude on your team, yeah, he makes a difference, but your defense is still there. Your defense is still there, bro. You think Dak is supposed to be sorry, right? How come Dak's putting up 40 burgers against that number one defense, so-called number one defense? Stop it. Dak Prescott mopped the Eagles. He mopped the NFC East. It's a fact. It's a known fact, bro. This guy is amazing on the NFC East. For them to talk about him like they do, it's a travesty, brother. It's a travesty. It really is, man.
Washington.
No respect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
DMV. DMV, yes. Yes, DMV, you're right.
You DMV.
Yes, I've been saying that, man.
Head to head, I mean. Like,
What you say?
Head to head, I'm worried about Washington.
Washington.
Yeah, I'm worried about
Yes.
Washington just a little bit, just a tad, because getting that on the enemy makes a huge difference. I don't care what anybody says, my man.
I don't know if
I don't
know if it's going to make a huge difference, but I'm going to go with Rico on this. That Howell kid, if he plays good, he's kind of got an attitude, and I think Washington will gravitate towards that because he was. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Washington and San Francisco are my most hated teams. Washington is my number one team. No matter, I don't care if they're doing good or bad. I hate Washington. Yep. Okay, I despise Washington. So the thing I really hated, and I really want to play Washington, when Sam Howell was talking all that trash after the game, where he was like, "Oh man, you saw how we was dominating them. We could have scored.
We gonna beat the hell out of Washington.
You feel?
Don't get me wrong.
I ain't forget that. Like I ain't forgot when he said, "Oh, we could have scored more points on them." You feel me? We could have came out there and dropped you. I'm like, okay, you know what? Me, if I was a player, that's just me. I'd have been circling that because I can't stand y'all. And
Can you answer a question for me though, bro?
What's up?
Why is it that I know I'm gonna keep hitting this in the head, bro, a couple of times, but why is it that all I want for our offense is to be consistent, right? Like, don't play like you did against Tampa Bay, right? And then turn out the next game and play totally different game plan versus San Francisco, and you know what they're going to do against you, bro. You know what I'm saying? He didn't run the same kind of he didn't run the same kind of formations. He didn't run the same kind of routes. They didn't run the same kind of concepts or nothing from Tampa Bay to San Francisco, right? There was never a consistency from him, man. That's why I hate about watching that offense, because it's never consistent. You know what I'm saying? And with him going, hopefully Mike McCarthy can make this a consistent offense, not methodical. Give me back. I don't care what you say, James. Please give me back that throwing these little dump passes and we getting 20 yards. That throwing these daggone screens, we getting daggone 20 or 50 yards. I want to go back to man.
You want to go back to Dick and Dump Dak?
Yeah, give it back.
I don't care. No. I ain't saying nothing.
That's what he was.
I didn't say nothing against that. No. First of all, I'm 30-30 club. I don't want Dak throwing more than 30 passes in the game. I'm 30-30. I'm all about running the ball.
I'm 30-30.
I'm all about running the ball, and I'm
run the ball.
But I think this is going to be a more ball control type offense. You know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be more of reliant on that type of scheme to make it go. And I just feel like this is going to be a team where we don't score 40 points a game, but when we're scoring those 21 points or 24,
28 points,
getting beat up.
30 points.
When you're playing us, you're getting beat up in that game, and I think that's
it's gonna hurt.
That's what I'm getting, because when I heard how Will McClay said, Mike McCarthy said we want to get bigger, stronger, and faster here when he got here. And I feel like that's the mantra. And to me, I feel like the Cowboys, I don't know about y'all, but I ain't saying Dallas was soft. I ain't saying Dallas was soft, but I just felt like they was Hollywood, though. You feel me? I feel like they was real Hollywood, how they played, and I just didn't like that. I didn't feel like they had grimy type guys, but I feel like when they added Parsons and having that type of attitude and getting these type of players like that, now I feel like they're getting gritty. And I'm telling you, adding Gilmore is going to be huge, not just for the secondary, for that damn team. I'm telling you, Gilmore is a huge. Him and Cooks is a great addition because he's really going to help that receiver room. But Gilmore as a whole, I feel like is really going to. I'm telling y'all, I'm excited about Gilmore because I love his kind of attitude. And I think his attitude is going to permeate not just to that defense, but the whole team, man. I don't know. What y'all kind of thoughts on that? Because we're getting ready to close on this, but I want to get y'all kind of thoughts on how do you feel about Gilmore? I just feel like his addition, man, it was huge. What's your thoughts on it, DMV?
That's a huge thing, man.
Hey, man, I can't give away too much because Friday I got something releasing. But I'm just going to tell y'all, man, watch out. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say about Gilmore adding him to the defense. That makes us scary. It makes the pass rush better, and it's going to make Trayvon Diggs better. So watch out. That's all I got to say about the adding of Gilmore.
What's your thoughts on Rick on Gilmore? How do you feel about his addition?
On Gilmore, I like Gilmore because I've been watching Gilmore since he played for Buffalo. He always had a demeanor about himself that he's straight business, no play on the field. He gonna shut down his side of the field, and I do believe since he went to New England, when he played in New England, he learned a lot about leadership skills from that organization. So he knows what it takes to go win the Super Bowl. And I feel like he's gonna bring experience over here to these young guys. And the one guy that I'm hoping that he can get closer to him and start, like, you know what I mean, if he quit being a damn knucklehead, is that Kelvin Joseph. Because Kelvin Joseph has the skills to pay the bills, but his mind ain't right. If he can get his mind right to match with his skills on that field, we'll have 4 damn good corners on that field, maybe even 5 with McQuamu. So my thing is, the leadership is going to show up. I really believe it is because he's going to hold those guys accountable. And Micah is the leader. He holding dudes accountable. You know what I mean? So, like I said, man, I think we're going to be a gritty team, man. And that's all I wanted from the Cowboys for a minute. And I'm glad we got the coaches to change the culture in here. Because I was tired of all that swiping and you tackling niggas 15 yards down the goddamn field, thinking your ass doing something, and then they go and score on you and you looking stupid. That's the shit I hated. And this hot boy bullshit, I don't like that hot boy. I swear they should find them dudes if they wear hot boy chains in the locker room this year. Don't wear that bullshit no more. I'm tired of it. I want to be a nasty, tough, gritty defense. When you come see the Cowboys or we coming to see you, you know you got to stand up and play because we playing a playoff game every week against you cats. That's all I wanted. That's all I ever wanted. That's all I got to say. But yeah, Gilmore a beast, man.
I think I don't know how you said that. I think we all feel that. I mean, I think we all feel the same way you felt, Rico. I know I felt that way. I've said it many a times. And I'm tired of the.
Trust me, I seen him do it too.
I'm
boy.
tired of,
you like that swipe. We like to go that damn swipe. That's
what I was saying though with the Hollywood stuff. I felt like it was Hollywood. They was getting Hollywood, and I just didn't like that. They didn't have that grittiness, like you said, that toughness. You know, teams could smack us around. Like when they really wanted to do something, they could. And I don't like when teams can do that. That pisses me off. It makes me more mad when a team feels like they can do what they want, especially against your defense. And your defense was channeling all that. So now I feel like you got the right type of coach too, and Dan Quinn. Because remember, you had
Yeah.
Marinelli and you had Chris
Yeah.
Richard, and they were more kind of, it was kind of different. Now you have Dan Quinn, and he's the one mind. And I just feel like Dan Quinn is respected. It's not a lot of the spectacles. Because remember, when Rob Marinelli was there was a lot of suspensions. If y'all don't remember, Rob Marinelli had a lot of suspensions under his watch. He had like 8 suspensions under his watch. People were getting suspended for marijuana. They were getting suspended for getting in trouble. People were getting suspended on that defense under Marinelli's watch. Now, when you hear Dan Quinn, it's more he holds these guys accountable. And so I feel like they're like, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to do wrong things. I know we had the Kelvin Joseph thing, but if you look at for a more a whole, I feel like a lot of these players don't want to let Dan Quinn down. But when you add a Gilmore into that room when Dan Quinn is already there, he has a cerebralness that I really love, that he don't have to say a lot, but you just know he ain't saying a lot, but you just like, I gotta be like him. I don't know. I just been around players that don't talk a lot, but they just got that quiet leadership, and I just don't want to mess up around them. Like, I don't ever want to disappoint that player. Like, I don't want to mess up around Gilmore, and I feel like that's the kind of attitude he's kind of going to bring to the Cowboys, and I'm excited just to see it. You know what I mean? What's your thoughts on it?
You just described Deron Bland, man.
Hey, can I say this one thing, and I'm gonna be quiet? I'm gonna say this one thing. The one thing I liked about last year, even though we lost in the playoffs, because our dynamic dude went down to Tony Pollard. The one thing that I respected about that game that we played, we didn't let them dudes take our lunch money.
Yeah.
We stood up for ourselves and we held that shit down on defense. They cheated us a little bit, but we still held it down. And I was proud of that defense, man, because them dudes held it down. It was the offense, man, but the defense, man, we could have scored 2 more damn touchdowns or 10 points. We win that game, man.
Yeah.
We win that game because of that defense, because they
Defense was
stood
playing that
up.
ball.
Yeah, that defense.
They stood up, bro.
Hey, because people are talking, McCaffrey didn't do nothing. Debo Samuels,
No,
who they was
nothing.
ballyhooing, did nothing that
Nothing.
game. That's what people don't
Nothing.
talk about. They didn't run the ball on us at all. I mean, we were all in that backfield. It felt good. Why? I don't know about y'all. That's why I love defense, because it feels good when you just be shutting down a team and you always giving your offense a chance, and that's what they did in that game, and that's what I'm excited about. But as I get ready to close right here, fellas, I just want to ask y'all one kind of thing, you know, as we go into the horizon of starting training camp, things of that nature. What's one thing, and I'm going to ask each one of y'all, that you want to see in training camp from one player? Name one player that you want to see in training camp kind of turn up. Just one player off the top of your head that you want to see. I want to see this player in training camp and see how he does. And I'm going to ask you that first, Clebo.
My player, honestly, I would say I want to see Michael Gallup, man. I want to see Gallup, man. I think if Gallup is healthy, man, that's going to be a big part to our offense, man, our passing game, man. So I want to see Gallup come back and make sure Gallup is healthy, man. And, I mean, it's a few players, but I'll take Gallup. I'll take Gallup because I want to see Gallup healthy. But last thing I want to say, though, you wouldn't say it, but I would say it, Big Game. We've been soft. We've been a soft team since we lost Parcells, man. Since Jason Garrett came in, we've been soft, man. So McCarthy and Quinn is definitely changing that. But that's it, man. But I say Gallup, though, bro.
I feel you on that Gallup thing. What about you, DMV?
Jalen Tolbert.
Ooh.
I need Jalen Tolbert to be what they drafted him to be.
Tolbert.
If we get Jalen Tolbert to be what we think he's gonna be, that helps this team tremendously. So I'm gonna go with Jalen.
Yeah. So before I ask both of you guys, those are 2 great picks because that's on the offense. So if you already got a CeeDee Lamb is turning up and Cooks turns up and Tolbert turns up and Gallup turns up, woo-wee, I'm excited over there. What about you, Rico?
The person I want to turn up is Clark,
Oh, that's a good one.
the linebacker. I want Clark to turn up because I think he better. I think he better than everybody think he is, and I think he's gonna bring that toughness, that extra toughness back there with LVE that we really fucking need to knock people off. Woo! That's what I want. That's just me. I'm excited about him, man.
I like.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, DeMone Clark. Because if you're right, if he turns up for when we saw that short 8-game season, if he turns up and adds on to that, this defense will really be good because he's got all the talent in the world. He flies around the ball. What about you, Smoke?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna tell you my guy, but for now, DMV great. great video on Kevin Joseph, brother. Oh my God, I'm watching it right now. I'm like, man, if he just turn his head, it's God.
He not that bad.
We all love the talent. It's that damn mind.
God. And I'm watching it, man. I'm like, turn your head.
He be right. He be right there. He be right there.
He right there, bro. Oh my God. He need to turn up. Now he needs to turn up, bro. Golly, just turn your head around, bro. And stop letting these daggone number 3 and 4 receivers do you like that. My goodness, bro. Come on. You're better than that. Way better than that. But anyway, my pick is going to be Deuce Vaughn because I'm sick and tired of hearing all these clowns out here underestimating that little dude, okay? I'm sick of it. They are like really clowning our running back squad right now, bro. Like our running back squad ain't worth nothing. Or who's going to block? Who's going to run the ball? You going to trust Deuce Vaughn for 31? Hell yeah, I trust that little dude for 31 because he might pick it the hell shit up. He might pick it up, bro. That little dude is squirmy. He's hard to get down. You can't see him behind the line. Good luck finding him, okay? And if you put Limke in there, you hit that big old oak tree. Okay, go right ahead, brother. I'm not worried about the running back field, bro. But I want Deuce Vaughn to show these jokers exactly what he's all about. Show him what he's been doing at K-State for the last 3 years. And guess what, Big Game James? This is year 3 for our defense, bro. You know what that means? Huh? You know what that means, don't you? Yeah, I know you know what that means, bro. Because I showed it to you before. I showed you how Seattle built their defense, didn't I? I showed you how they built it, didn't I? We're doing the same daggone thing, bro. We're building the same way. We're building the same way. The toughest is starting from the trenches, number 1. Okay? We built all these defensive ends, linebackers, whatever. We just got shut down corner in Gilmore. You can't tell me that I shut down corner because he is still, okay, over these years. So we got him, Bland, and Diggs. Throw it at us. Go ahead. We're not scared of that right now, okay? You have to stop our line. You have to throw it on us. You have to run on us. Good luck this year, bro. I'm praying for everybody. I promise you. I'm praying for everybody. But my man is Deuce Vaughn. Good luck catch that little Mighty Mouse because he's going to be tough, bro.
I feel you. Well, I'm...
Hey, big game. Breaking news. Breaking news. Micah Parsons is spotted at the Celtics game wearing the Celtics jersey. So he wants to be a Patriot
now.
So he wants to go to New England now, right? He wants to go to New England now, right?
I think, you know what? I think he did that on purpose. Now he's trolling people. I think he just trolling people.
Yeah.
I think he just want to go in arenas just wearing other people's jerseys and say, oh, now I like them. Now I rock with them. I think he loves just trolling people. But as we get ready to end this, my guy who I want to see, and DMV has already did an awesome video on it, is Sam Williams. If Sam Williams comes in year 2 and goes nuts,
I need him to take Dorn's job, bro. I need him to take them snaps.
He need to take all them snaps because he's the guy that can set the edge. He has the size to set the edge. He has the natural ability, and we already seen it, dog. If he can come in and really turn up, and you got Parsons and them other guys, the key to me, DMV and y'all, is Sam Williams really takes that next step. That's the key. If Sam Williams takes that next step,
it's a wrap,
over, dog.
It's a wrap.
Over. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's over. It's over. If Sam Williams is getting listen, if Sam Williams is getting 10 sacks or more, it's over. I'm telling you that right now, it's over.
And that's what we're doing. Think about it.
D-Line get hell no. You know D-Line ain't getting them. This is your guy right here. This is your guy who can actually get sacks. He ain't going to just get pressure. He's actually going to get the sacks. You feel me? But that's what I feel like if you have the Parsons and those guys, that's when they can make DeMarcus. That's when DeMarcus Lawrence is better to me anyway. He was never the guy. He was always better when he had better talent around him. When he's got top flight guys around him, that's when DeMarcus Lawrence is really good. When DeMarcus Lawrence has to be the guy, that's when it's just average. And I'm going to kind of end it on that. But I appreciate everybody jumping in on here. Smoke, Rico, my dog Klebo, keeping it fresh, driving. I drive too, but you really be driving. You got the big boy, you feel me, holding it down.
I like Klebo.
You know what I'm saying? Klebo be getting it, holding it down. And I appreciate you, DMV. I hit you up and you came right in. I appreciate you jumping in and giving your knowledge. Please go support his channel. He's doing his things. His breakdowns are phenomenal. He just dropped the Kelvin Joseph. He's got Gilmore coming up, and I know that's going to be Yo Got Fire, Yo Got Flame. So make sure y'all go support. Get those likes up and do your thing. I'll be talking to all you guys next Wednesday. We'll be having this again, powered by JJAANN. But you know how it is. We'll be talking Cowboys football all during the week because you know it's right around the corner. So for myself, Big Game James, and everybody, we'll be talking to you soon. Peace.
Peace.